Hello. So I think it's a good time to make this video. If you might have noticed that my channel has been gone for about a week. I think a little over a week. I think it's a good time to explain why, as I just previously stated. So I quit the Schley community and I don't want to come back. I want to, but I won't. I can't. And here's my explanation. It has to do with the horse and art drama, and it has to do with a lot of other stuff. So I will be talking about that. If you don't feel comfortable with it or any thing mentioning that, then I suggest clicking off this. But here's the short version of why I left. The community was insanely toxic. It would get into constant drama, and it was the main thing that was making my mental health worse. I noticed it was the main issue. It was always about the Schley community, or at least the majority of it. And I was not doing very good, so I left. That's the short version. Now let me get into the long reason why. If it sounds like I'm kind of reading off something, and there's a lot of weird cuts, that's because I kind of am. I'm looking off a script right now. Not like full script, but but it is kind of stuff I wrote around the time that I was leaving the community and stuff, if that makes sense, in the moment of what was happening in my brain. So yeah, I kind of just documented it down. Everything was going all right after this horse and art situation. It wasn't perfect, but I felt like everyone was starting to recover, and I think we were all doing a little bit better. We even got, I think, some people returning who left. Before I say this, I just want to say no hate towards Phantom at all, but this is a part of the story, so I kind of have to mention it. Phantom made an alt. Well, here, let me rephrase this. That's when Phantom decided to make an alt, and I guess try to befriend or get along with all the people that they had past drama with, which we have proof of. It's clearly them. They tried to prove otherwise, and they never really apologized for it. Well, yes, they apologized, which I'll put on screen. I had to announce it for them for some reason, and for some reason they didn't just announce it themselves, and properly apologize to everyone. But whatever, it's not that big of a deal, and it didn't really matter. At this point, it was over, and I'm just happy about it. But the part that ticked me off, the actual issue I saw, was the fact that this had nothing to do with Horse. But for some reason, Horse was involved. Now, I never got a proper apology from Horse. Even if I did, it wouldn't matter, because I thought she was a pedophile at the time. I'm sorry if my voice gets shaky during this. It's something I don't really like to talk about. But I thought she was a pedophile at the time. So, obviously, nothing's gonna work, even if she did apologize. And this had nothing to do with her. But here we are. With that said, I felt very unsafe. Because, after that, people started accepting her back in. Everyone was just letting her on streams. Everywhere I went, I couldn't escape her. Even if I wanted to. Even if I wanted to ignore her, it was literally impossible, because if I would join a live stream, she'd be there in the chat. If I just go to watch one, she would be there. I couldn't escape. I felt like everywhere I went, she was in the comments. Everywhere I went, there was some post being shared. It was never ending. And I could not put up with it anymore. I still can't. I felt insanely uncomfortable. And I felt like no one cared. No matter how much I felt like I would explain to people, hey, Horse kind of makes me uncomfortable. Or, hey, I don't want to do this because Horse is involved. I felt like people didn't care. Maybe I just didn't say it enough, but I felt like if I did say it more loudly, people would get mad at me because I'm starting drama and I'm having beef with Horse. When it's all over, everyone's at peace again. Everyone but me. Everyone else seemed fine, but I wasn't. I'm not. I just felt like I didn't really matter, and yeah. So after that, I shut my channel down. And it will be back down again. I wanted to make this to post a video on it so everyone subscribed can, well, most people subscribed can see it. It will go back down at some point. Again, I don't want to leave it up. But for a day or two, or maybe 3, this will stay on the channel, and then I'll take it back down again. Yeah. But Shrimpy, Horse isn't a pedophile. Horse was 15 the whole time. Didn't you see her new post? Yes, I did. I did. And I have a lot of thoughts. I don't think she's lying about that. The whole time I could kind of tell something wasn't right. She didn't act 18. It was pretty obvious. But, I'm obviously not going to say, no, you're not 18. But, I can't hold on my words. That doesn't excuse her actions. And I still don't want to see her. I still can't stop picturing her as this terrible person who ruined so much for me. I loved this community. This community was my safe space. And now I feel like the only place where I can talk about Schleich, where I feel safe, is one singular Discord server, because she's not in it. She's literally everywhere else but one place. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe talking about the thing I love, which is Schleich. I don't feel safe making my videos. Because she's there. And even if she's not really what I thought she was, I still can't help but just think of her as that. I don't care how much she might apologize. I don't care. Nothing will excuse her actions. Nothing will. If she never lied about her age from the start, none of this would have happened. She pretty much ruined everything for me. Well, which sounds dramatic, but that's how I feel. I left behind one of the most important things to me because of her. And of course I'm gonna be mad about that. I have a right to be mad about that. No, I don't forgive Horse. And no, I won't stay in the community after this. I've been driven away. Horse was one of my friends. I trusted her. And then I immediately felt threatened and scared because I thought she was a pedophile. And now I learned she's not. That was all a lie. That was all a lie. And I was driven out of this community over a lie that a child brought up. Or I guess someone technically the same age as me, but I don't know. I honestly don't even know if that's true at this point. I don't know. And on top of that, she starts other drama too with the whole entire alt account things. You can tell it's her. Literally everyone has the same misspelling of no. Even her dad in this community post, very sketchy. Anyways, yeah. They all have the same misspellings, the same grammar. It has very obviously just been her the whole time. But no, we're gonna pretend it's this different person who is constantly harassing her and harassing others and getting into drama. They've all been her. All the alts, they've all been her. And she's, even if we ignore the whole pedophile thing, she still starts other crap. It's a non-stop, just, I can't. I literally can't take this community anymore. The ESTA community is even larger than this community, way larger, and I've noticed that it seems to be way better and way more mature, and there is not as much of this bullshit. This is seriously the worst community I've ever been in, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I hate this community so much, and I hate to say that. I really do. I love so many of the people in this community. So many of them are my friends. Wolfdog, Wolfstone, Star. I'm blanking right now because there's so much on my mind, but Aubrey, Bison. Yeah, so many of you I've met, and you're some of my best friends, and I don't know, it makes me sad because I hate this community so much, but I love so many of the people in it. With that said, I am quitting. I don't want to come back, and I don't plan to come back. This community has pretty much been ruined for me. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. But I felt like you probably deserve a proper reason as to why I was gone and why I will be. I'll still be active on my Essa channel. That's where I'll be posting from now on, because that community is not that bad at all. And I will still be posting my Schleich stuff on Vidly. So, yeah, I will have my Vidly linked in the description. So, yeah. I think I'm probably gonna quit my Instagram too, because, Horse is also on that platform. And I want to avoid that, so I'll probably go inactive there. But, yeah, other than that, I'll still be around, just not really interacting with the Schleich community. I probably won't join streams very often. Not saying at all, but probably not very often. And I'll probably just avoid the majority of it. That's my plan. I'm insanely indecisive, but that's most likely what's going to happen. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for hearing what I have to say. And yeah.